Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Will Abear Show, hosted by Will Abear. I'm your host, Will Barry.
Barry, what the hell are you doing? Hello, everybody, and this is week 14 of the Will Abear Show with Will Abear. I'm, of course, Will Abear, and this is my co-host for the day, Will Barry, the self-proclaimed meme king. Good to have you here, Will.
Will, it's really an honor. I've been, keeping up with the show recently. Really enjoyed it, and Will was nice enough to let me join the show.
Of course, yes. We're gracious here. Very humble, but you're welcome.
Yes. The show's almost as good as Sanford's elite offense.
Yeah, obviously.
Against my Gators, so.
Yeah. So both a Florida and an Alabama fan, so we can't attack them fully. It kind of has a leg up on us.
Yeah. All right, the scores, huh? Yeah. Scores.
All right, let's go.
Here we go.
So here are the scores for this past week. You can take game one if you would like.
I'll take game one. All right, so I've been keeping up. So Didi had 164 versus Mason's 84 points. And if I'm not mistaken, that is a Class A beatdown. And then
you definitely don't want to be on the losing end of that.
No, that is
a
I don't know. Are expletives allowed?
No.
Okay, never mind, guys. But that is a Class A beatdown.
Yes.
And, all right.
Yeah, so just a quick star player rundown. Josh Allen for Didi had 35. James Conner had 34. Jamar Chase had 25. And then Godwin had 21 with Tampa Bay. And then for Mason, Alvin Kamara had 25. Najee Harris had 26. And his kicker, Gay, had 14. But then again, you scored 84. That's not good.
Not good, except for the next game where Will scored 81. So, Mason, don't feel too bad about yourself because you are 3 points ahead of your nice brother over here. And so that's a score of Will 81, Dad 143, or Mr. Abear, excuse me. 143. So that might be a Class AA beat down there.
I don't think so. I think he cheated, honestly. That's impossible.
Star players here. So Will with Big Ben. I don't know why you stay loyal to him. Big Ben with 25. Deebo Samuel with 13. And that is Justin Jefferson with 21. So not too bad.
Yeah.
And then Dad has Joe Burrow with 22. Fournette with 23. Mike Evans with 21. I don't know Andrew's first name, but he had 29. And Claypool with 18. So
yeah.
Good week for Mr. Abear, for sure.
Yeah, I don't. No comment.
No comment.
So for our third game, we had Nini got 124, and then Mom had 200. It's our first ever 200-point game in all the years.
Round of applause. Good job.
Well done.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. So good job there. I'll take the stars for Nini's team. If you count them as star players, it would be Kyler Murray at 17. Williams from Denver, had 21. Tyler Lockett had 27, and then Justin Tucker had 15. And then for the other team?
So for Mrs. Abear's team, Tom Brady had 30. Dalvin Cook had 35. Devontae Adams had 34. George Kittle had 34. And Matt Prater had 16.
Wow.
All-around stellar performance there from Mrs. Abear's team.
200 points.
Yeah, 200 points. Well done.
All right. So this is the awards section now, and as always, we start off with the Golden Chainsaw. And would you like to lead us off with this one?
Yeah, so the Golden Chainsaw, cutting down the competition, as Will likes to do, was Mrs. Abear, or Mom. First ever 200-point game. It just, Absolutely terrific. Terrific job from Mrs. Abear.
Of course.
Clinched the number 1 seed in the playoffs. This, really strong performance there from Mrs. Abear.
Yep. And then our next award, the Vacuum Award, because you suck. And that goes to Mason. Not me for even scoring less. But Mason, because you didn't even try. You had 2 people injured before the week even started. And one of your players was on bye. And you also lost the number 1 seed. You still have a bye week with the number 2 seed. But still, it would have been nice to be number 1.
Yeah, it really would have. I think Georgia was thinking the same thing when they lost the SEC championship game. And now on to Insightful Foresight. Was again Mrs. Abear here, just racking up the awards today. In Will's notes here, it says every choice was just extremely insightful. So, again, 200-point game, absolutely terrific. Good job, Insightful Foresight, and Golden Chainsaw to Mrs. Abear, a.k.a.
Two
Mom.
for this week, yes. No doubt about it. The Cond Award, I'm going home cooking here, and it's me, myself, and I. That works.
Will Abear, he got conned.
Yes.
Big Ben, who scored 25, outscored all of the following players. Joe Mixon, he's been trashed for 5 years. C. Hubbard, I don't even know who that guy is.
Exactly.
Terry McLaurin, he plays for a team that doesn't have a name. And Travis Kelce, who actually, he's the only guy that really is disappointing.
Yeah.
So, Will, better luck next time, fella.
Yeah, disappointed. I'm very disappointed.
Now, because of our Christmas themed,
Of course.
we have the Christmas awards. So our Christmas award today is the Grinch Award.
Of course.
And this is going to be in between Mason and Will because they both were trashed this past week.
Yes.
And they're both angry like the Grinch.
As much as I hate to say it, that's right. I am angry like the Grinch.
Honestly, I'm leaning it more towards you, Abear, because you're last in the playoff seedings, correct?
What? I'm just coasting. I'm feeling fine, dude.
Oh, he's putting up his feet now with
Yeah.
Big Ben
Big
socks.
Ben socks.
What even is this?
I'm just showing faith in my players, outscoring all those players. You already know.
Come on, all the players. All right, we're going to have to cut this. On to the playoff picture.
Yes. We're here. Playoff picture. Here is a look at our final standings. As you can see, this is our seeding at the end of the year. And I'm covering up Barry because he's ugly.
Thank you.
But that leads me to this. So then 1 and 2 seeds, they get bye weeks. Meaning 3 will play 6 and 4 will play 5. And here it is what we are looking at for this coming week. So if you have a bye week, aka Mom and Mason, or Miss Abear, as she has also been referred to as, then you don't have to worry about your lineup this week, despite of whatever the app says. So, yeah, that about sums up the playoff picture.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to the Nini versus Will matchup. Can you get it done, Will?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I got
maximum faith.
Yeah. Who's
from
your
the
favorite to win the whole thing?
You know, I've really, just joined in. I know that Mrs. Abear is looking really strong. I know that Mason's kind of been on a downward trend here.
He has been.
So I like Mom or Mrs. Abear as the favorite. I think a dark horse would possibly be Mr. Abear or Dee Dee as the dark horse of the tournament.
Well, there's a name down here. You're kind of overlooking.
Will doesn't have a shot.
Oh,
no shot.
dang it. You should.
But I'm pretty sure. Well, who's your favorite, Will? I mean,
me. It's a stupid question.
Okay, and that is that.
Okay. For this segment on the Will Abear Show with Will Abear, we're going to do something we don't normally do, and that is I have asked everybody to go around and give me why they think they are going to win the playoffs. So I'm going to start. I'm going to win the playoffs because I have Ben Roethlisberger, and he's absolutely on fire right now. And it doesn't matter who you have, like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. No, we're coming in with some fire and some heat, and nobody is going to even stand a chance. So, start getting out your lists for next year, like who you're going to draft, because this year's already mine.
Will, I have 5 reasons why I think my Just Win Baby team will win the playoffs. First, championship experience. My team won the league championship last year, and I believe will successfully defend its title this year. Second, I have a great roster of healthy players who are now starting to peak at the right time. Third, my team scored the most points during the regular season, in spite of losing star running back Derrick Henry after week 6. Fourth, we have 7 wins this season, and we have beaten every team at least once. Fifth, my team is the only team in the league to have the word win in its name. The late Al Davis, former owner of the Oakland Raiders, would have loved the name Just Win Baby.
You know who you're looking at right now? You're looking at this year's A-Bear Family Fantasy Football League winner. You know how I know? Because I'm peaking at the right time. Everybody keeps talking about Mason. Well, I'm also 8-6. And I also had a 200-plus point week this week. So I'm peaking at the right time. So it's me.
Hey, Will, if you want to know why I'm going to win the playoffs, my Jacksonville Gropers team finally got rid of Urban Meyer, just an atrocious coach, out of the system. So we have nothing but talent left on our squad, and that is why I'm going to win.
Playoffs? Of course I'm going to win the whole thing. I mean, for starters, I've got the best team, just by far. And then, what? I get a bye week to start, so y'all luck out there. And then, what? You're going to say that Dad is a threat with Patrick Mahomes? Whoa. He's been playing great this year. I'm terrified. Yeah, no worries. I've got it all.
Thank you, Commissioner. I think that I will win the SEC because clearly I have the best name. A winning name should be uplifting, clear, and it should make sense. Let's look at the team names. There's Hail Mary, and for that one, I'm not sure who Mary even is. Oh, wait a minute, it's in the Bible, so let's just move on. Then we have the Jacksonville Gropers. And first of all, it's clear we're not in Jacksonville, and I'm not even going there with the other word. Then we have Just Win Baby, which is a little arrogant. And by the way, these are adults, not babies. Then we have a very strange name, Oklahoma. Neither is actually a word. I looked them up. The last one is the Almighty Commissioner. Not a bad name. I might have to question the word almighty, but oh, never mind, that's in the Bible too. None of these names are even in the same ballpark as Team Nene. It's perfectly clear who that is. It's an incredibly uplifting name, makes perfect sense. It's the only name in the group that actually has the word team in it. Best name wins the game. Back to you, Commissioner.
Seems like everyone thinks they have an equal right to the throne. Well, there seems to be only one thing that the Will Bear Show with Will Bear can do to sort out who is actually going to win this thing, and that is to find an impartial judge.
All right, guys, we're here with Porter Ward, our
What's up, guys?
our specialist for the day.
Yeah.
Porter, who's your favorite to win the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be Will. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, that's a solid choice. I mean,
Yeah.
he's always a pretty good team.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good ones out there. What about like Mason or Dad or any of those guys?
I mean, I would think of Mason, but I feel like he's gonna end up choking like Georgia's season has for the past few years. So
Well,
I'm gonna guess not. And then Uncle Billy, he's just out of the question. It's like Georgia Vanderbilt, bro, like 62-0. I mean, there's no point in him even trying anymore.
well, you heard it here first, folks. Back to the studio.
And now, I'm going to turn it over to our correspondent, Dee Dee, with insight and his predictions on the playoff games coming up for this week.
The first round of the playoffs will be held this week with 2 games being played. In Game 1, the number 3 seed, Nene's Team Nene, will face the number 6 seed, Will's, the Almighty Commissioner. Team Nene comes into the game with a record of 7 wins and 7 losses, while the Almighty Commissioner has a record of 5 wins and 9 losses. Team Nene ranks second in total points scored with 1,882 points in the regular season. Will, however, ranks last among the 6 teams with 1,751 total points scored. Nene's highest score occurred in Week 6 when she tallied 170 points. Will's highest score was in Week 11 when he earned 171 points. Nene and Will split the 2 games they played this season. In Week 6, Nene beat Will 170 to 105. And in Week 10, Will defeated Nene 129 to 121. I looked at each team's performance during the last 4 weeks of the season. Nene scored 157, 135, 94, and 124 points for an average score of 127.5 points. Will scored 171, 114, 121, and 81 points for an average score of 121.7. The trend for both teams is downward. According to Fantasy Football, Nene's roster is projected to earn 122 points in Week 15, while Will's roster is projected to produce 131.5 points. I believe that this will be a close contest, with Nene winning by 6 points. In Game 2, the number 4 seed, Didi's Just Win Baby team, will face the number 6 seed, Bill's Jacksonville Gropers. Both teams have identical records of 7 wins and 7 losses. The two teams faced each other twice during the regular season, and each team won one contest. In Week 7, Didi beat Bill 185 to 132, and in Week 10, Bill evened the score, beating Didi 128 to 108. I looked at each team's performance during the last 4 weeks of the season. Didi scored 79, 120, 133, and 164 points for an average score of 124 points. Bill scored 141, 148, 147, and 148 points for an average score of 145 points. Clearly, Bill's performance during the last 4 games has been incredibly consistent, scoring in the high 140s. The trend in Didi's performance has been upward, moving from 79 points to 164 points, but his average score of 124 points is 21 points below Bill's average score. According to Fantasy Football, Didi's roster is projected to earn 144.5 points in Week 15, while Bill's roster is projected to produce 119.2 points. My prediction is that Bill will shake up his roster and will win the playoff game by 12 points. So, Will, I'm predicting that Nene and Bill will win their games and will move on to round 2 in the playoffs.
And there you have it for the Will Bear Show with Will Bear. I am Will Bear. Make sure, if you're playing this week, make sure you set your fantasy lineups. With that, I will leave you with a quick little blooper reel.
All right, we're here with the Will Bear Show, and we've got analyst Porter Ward here.
Yo.
First of all, Porter, who's your favorite to win the playoffs? And we're here with analyst Porter Ward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the William Bear Show, hosted by William Bear.
What the hell are you doing?
That's not the line.
So I am here with Porter Ward, our guest star for this episode, and Porter, who's your favorite to win the playoffs this year?
You know, I'm going to have to go with Will.
Yeah, his team is pretty.